Morning, afternoon, evening, or night Marines. Firstly, I hope you're all doing well and winning in life. For those of you who may have joined more recently, my name is Commandant ImperialBlood, and my mission is quite simple. To grow our group. To accomplish this, and to ensure we operate at peak effectiveness and secure our community's long-term future, we require a plan. Today, we will be sharing that plan with you. I'm joined today by Lieutenant General Giving Up to deliver the USCM's 2024 New Year's Address. This will outline the biggest group initiatives going forward this calendar year and how all of you can help contribute.
We don't want to take up too much of your time, so we'll kick it off right away with some of our biggest accomplishments in 2023.
We kicked off the year with a pretty solemn resurgence after a relatively unproductive 2022. This was guided by officers such as Lieutenant Colonel Tom Sose and Colonel Wolven, and NCOs including Wynne, Josh, Spointley, the list goes on. The fact it's taken me more than 3 minutes to scroll to the start of the AAR list for 2023 is a very convincing message that our activity, and indeed our longevity, is owed to those of you who have put the work in to revive our motivation and set this course for a very successful 2023. To address the elephant in the room, however, we can finally celebrate 1,000 members, which is, without a shadow of a doubt, a monumental testament to not just 10 years of excellence, but 10 years of faith in our system, in our group, and our way of doing things on this platform. It's just crazy to think that 10 years ago, this was the objective I really wanted to accomplish when I first became Com, and to see that actioned thanks to all of us, it's really incredible. Additionally, Atorva was finally released this year as part of a brand new package which combined the thrilling immersion of Baja with the hostility and ambience of Arrakis. This new base is essentially the full Aliens franchise package and was supported with fresh advertisements developed by Gunnery Sergeant Galactic Builder. And towards the end of the year, when Atorva finally released, it saw waves of success. New interest, new members that helped push us past the 1K mark, and just in general, a new sense of purpose.
However, that's not all that happened in 2023. There were multiple Battle of Bajas, massive battles that many of you have taken part in at Baja over the past year. Whether it was against VAC or the Chaos Legion, we were able to come out on top. Invasion of Varsia was also a very interesting event that showed the resurgence occurring across the clan world. We are looking forward to working with a number of these groups, including the developing relations with our best friends at the Humanity First Coalition.
But it didn't just stop there. You see, on top of all the events and the action and the calamity, we also took some time to honour our formal roots as well. In September, the HighCom NCO Forum was hosted, which was a thrilling way to kick off the exciting brand new agenda we had for the latter half of 2023, and it was of course the first real meeting of leadership bodies since the start of the COVID pandemic. So it was a brilliant return to form, and on top of that, this was exemplified by the return of the NCO school, championed by our very own Lieutenant Ankia. The NCO school was able to graduate 2 classes of very capable and talented NCO prospects who are now working their own way up through the group. In addition to this, Major Marathon and his Crayon Crunchers were finally approved, who are an audacious and active RCL scrimmage team to say the least. They've partaken in numerous successes this year, with some of their biggest victories occurring at Snowcore, at Aurora's Dam, and defeating VAC multiple times. If you're interested in this type of work, again, always reach out to Marathon. The thing is, we're already doing so well, and this year has already really got off to a good start. So it's a case of fine picking the areas where we can identify self-improvement. Now, we're only as good as the people who build us up, and to invest in that sort of belief, we have to invest in our people. So, to start off with 2024, we do have some very exciting promotions to announce, which will surely give us a lot of faith and a lot of promise going forward. So, Giving, if you wouldn't mind.
My pleasure, sir. Promotions. Lieutenant Ankia has been given command of the Marine Raider Regiment recently. Alongside her incredible work with developing the NCO body with the NCO school, she will also be promoted to captain. This is effective immediately. Sergeant Major Josh Jim has been a driving force in the group this entire year. He is a man with a brain who knows how to use it, whether that's writing manuals or just data collection. He is obviously detail-driven, and we need that kind of acumen in HICOM. So effective immediately, he is promoted to the rank of lieutenant. As well, Staff Sergeant Sink will be promoted to Gunnery Sergeant due to his fantastic work as an infantry NCO, as well as his exploratory missions on Atorva. Let's all give them a warm congratulations for their accomplishment.
Congratulations to those two. It was a well-deserved promotion, and of course, as always, a tribute to their fantastic efforts in the past year in really being the backbone of a lot of our activity and divisional affairs. So, that's a really good start, but it's not the only thing we've got planned this year. Second, if you haven't noticed, a new influx of members requires an ample body to train them. So, the first half of 2024 has to be dedicated to training up our new members as we continue to run advertisement campaigns and to prepare them for the kind of combat we can expect in our own unique way. As the saying goes, do not look down on someone unless you're helping them up, and TechCom, TAC, whoever you are, NCO, Enlist, everyone has a role to play in being a good person, a good role model, and helping to inspire the next generation of Marines. That's what we're here for. As we've all risen through the ranks, we've all had figures we've confided in, friends we've trusted, and superiors who we've possibly had a falling out with but secretly respect. And it's important that we never forget those roots, and it's important we instill those new members with the same sort of belief that made us fall in love with this community in the first place. So, with that said, let's also get training on the agenda this year.
In addition to standard infantry training, we will be focusing on division health and interdivisional training with infantry this year. That has been a lacking point we've seen, so we hope to address that in the coming year.
Thirdly, and without a doubt one of the more important goals especially, is honouring our heritage and honouring our difference as a group. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, it's simple. We're not like most groups. In 2024, we will continue to entertain the events which were a central tenet of our activity in the past and contributed to so many good times and memories. Namely, we're going to be continuing with an active agenda of raids, counteracted by a blend of immersive simulated warfare at home bases. Now, the former, in particular our raids, serve as a way to continue building our group's reputation and developing those relations that we've already made such strong headwinds with this year. For example, building up our relationships again with groups such as CSOF, the UPP, the list goes on. We want to continue going out there, making contacts and reimagining our diplomatic network in the year forward. The latter, and namely our blend of immersive events, will be taking place, of course, at home. Last year bore witness to some stage simulations such as Mayhem, and this serves as an exciting chance to continue to build upon those successes and lay solid foundations for a regime of activity that basically balances both aspects of internal and external activity. Lieutenant General Giving and I will aspire to host these simulated experiences on a monthly basis and continue to deliver that well-needed ambience and test of metal that we all need now and again. So that means taking more chances and continuing to inspire and build upon the tactical doctrine first conceived by Colonel Wolfhound and now contributed by all of the NCO body. We need to take on more fresh challenges. And to start off, I can't think of any better opponents than the Russian Federation in the coming weeks and the AVP community. These are going to be two big events with immense tactical planning behind them, a solid amount of tactical planning that is actually going to help us achieve victory here. So I will allow respective commanders to brief on those operations, but it's going to be a fun one.
Let's just remember, Marines, while good planning prevents poor performance, we also need the skill to execute the plans to begin with. We'll be focusing on the leader's plan development repertoire for small team leaders so they're able to effectively maneuver in the battlefield and eliminate enemies, and we'll also be doing this to aid us at Atorva, where such close-quarter combat environments make such training necessary to survive against the Xenos.
And it's interesting you mentioned that, because Atorva is on the agenda as well for many development initiatives this year. NCOs have been briefed, but for the group itself, we can expect more simulated experiences, more planned storytelling, simply a better user experience at Atorva in general, and more traction points to make people stick. This also involves additional updates to Atorva. I've mentioned it slightly earlier on, but this time I've got some more exciting news. We'll continue to develop the planned storytelling and the drama behind the base, and also elaborate on the user experience. We continue to focus on a really good blend of retention and fun for the Marines overall. So, this can include a better menu, more in-game features, and more abilities, and possibly additional weaponry as well, but I'll allow the dev team to comment on that further.
Speaking of Atorva, our goal for 2024 is to continue to become smarter, more lethal, and more capable than we were last year. With that being said, we're going to continue to run combat patrols and combat simulations there to continue to develop our doctrine and become as defensively capable there as we are at Baja and Brimwood. Additionally, I've stood up the Advanced Infantry Training Command, or AITC, in order to continue to develop our skill set in 3 primary domains: ACS, RCL, and our own gun system. AITC will serve as a pool of instructors who seek to continue the training process and who will develop new training methods. The end state of 2024 is to continue to become better than we were 10 years ago. As we develop our tactics, techniques, and procedures, we'll become more professional and become a better group overall.
I've taken enough of your time today, Marines, and my officers have elaborated respectively on their agendas. Basically, to sum it all up, we've got a hell of a year ahead. But only as good as the teammates beside us, so let's continue to help one another out, prioritise our well-being, and just continue to have fun. That's the reason we're here, and that's the reason we'll stick around. So, with that said, thank you for all of your time today, and let's go get it. 2024 is going to be a year to remember, and it starts here, Marines. Let's do it. Good afternoon, evening, morning, night, Marines. Firstly, let's do that again. That was shit. Right, giving back to the start.
Oh my god, dude.
Balances both aspects of internal and external activity. Lieutenant General giving fuck's sake.
Promotions. We have 2 very important people that are receiving the honor and a pay raise. Can we start that over? I'm going off the rails. Just remember, Marines, good planning can prevent poor performance. Let me start that sentence again.
With that being said, I continue to develop our motherfucker. Okay.